Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back in with the last little bit from the Bouquet of Gnomes and the New Beginnings one. So I'd just like to say before I start a big thank you to everybody that subscribes to me. It does mean a lot to me, and for all your kind messages that I get on there. I do answer them all. I do answer every one of you back. I don't ignore you. Might take me a day maybe or so, but I do answer every message that I get. Yeah, so let's get on with this card. These two cards from finishing off this. Well, one of the toppers is to finish off this sheet, and then the other card that I'm making is a small one, which is from the pocket pad that comes with the kit that you get if you order the bigger club gift. You know, my brain has just gone to mush today. Can't think of what I'm trying to say, but it will come back to me, so I will tell you once it comes back to my head. The luxury kit, that's the word I was looking for. So you can get the normal kit, which is the $9.99. You just pay the $3.95 for postage. It's members free gift, so you have to sign up to be a member. If you're not, then it's just easy. You just put in your email address, fill in the form, and then you just get your free members gift. You can order that and you pay $3.95, or you can be a diamond member, which is what I am. Which is, there's two, I think there's a free members gift and there a free member one where you pay nothing, or you pay for the there's two different ones. So you get the free one, then you get the one that's about what was £20, which is what I started off with, and you get the free gifts, and then you get the magazine subscription one, which was £49, I think it was. Yeah, so there's three different types. So if you're non-member, if you're a member, and if you're a diamond member. Something like that. So anyway, this card is a 6x6, and I've cut down 1 inch on this side and 1 inch on this side. So taking this bit here, cat flap, to 4 inches, and then I've taken a piece of blue mirri and a piece of edge to edge foiled cardstock, which is also the part of the add-ons that they do with these two pieces. Same here, that's the blue mirri, and then this is the cardstock from the actual topper that comes in with the free gift. So I've gone ahead and cut all them. So this is the blue mirri underneath, which is my mat, is 2 notches under the 6 by 2 notches under the 6. This one is 4 notches under the 6 by 4 notches under the 6. This one here is 2 notches under the 4 by 2 notches under the 6. And this one here is 4 notches under the 4 and 4 notches under the 6 to give you the mat and the layer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to place this in here. The only thing is the mirri mats or the mirri layers do kind of sparkle a bit under the lights that I have. Normally I turn it up the other way, but as I'm ready to put this down, I'm going to leave it facing up this way, And the two glues that I do use is Clow All Purpose and Clow Tacky. So just placing this onto the mirror, so you get a nice like border around each bit. So you get a nice of the mirror, a nice border of the blue mirror. But if you don't want to do it so it's got a small border, you can cut away more notches if you prefer to have a bigger mirror border. Same with the white border, which you'll see in a second when I place this onto my card. Or even if you don't want to have a border, you just want to use the card and you don't have the mirror, then you can just go to edge to edge on the card with the cardstock that you use. And you see they've got the white border underneath there now, so you can see the white border and then the blue, and then you got this one on the top. So I do that with all of my cards. Some I have worked with, or some cards I've made, I've done them so that you don't have any borders, it's, you know, edge to edge. The card has gone right to the edge of the card. So say for instance this bit, instead of placing it onto there and cutting it, it would be cut at 4 by 6. And then you put this one onto the top of that one, give it a little bit of a wriggle. That's why it's better to use the glues, because if you don't get it in the place where you want it, you can just give it a little bit of a wriggle and it will move across, slide across. If you use tape, you have to hope that you get it in the right position first off, because tape will ruin either your cardstock or your card. So then you place this one on here, and then that is what you class as the main base for the card. So it's like a cap flap, and on the back you can put your insert, your verse if you've got any verses that you want to put in there. There's two different types that I use. So the ones that I do use are from Hunkydory, and then the other ones are I get on Amazon, which I think, I'm trying to think who they're made by. Might be pt2, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Can't remember. It's been a while since I've had to order, and they're peelable ones. So yeah. So this one, just pulling out the inner. Yeah, they did do this the other way around. I see Sybil Jane mention it. And she said that it's unusual for them to pull it the opposite way to what they do. So they've put the gold frame on the outer bit and then this one on the inner bit. So I'm going to use, I should have left that one in there. Never mind, it doesn't matter. It's still, I can still put my tape on, or my foam pads I should say rather, onto this one anyway. Shouldn't be much of an issue. If you wanted to, you can get foam pad strips from Hunkydory. You can get them on Amazon. These ones are a little bit too big. I should have cut them in half a bit more because it's it's poking out through underneath this one and I don't like it. So that's the only thing I would be a bit more mindful of, is like your foam pads that you don't want them to stick so that they're over the edges really. So if you have got ones like I have got here and you want to cut them down, so these are not actual foam strips, these were an A6 sheet or an A7 sheet, something like that, and I'll just cut them down smaller. because I did originally buy these to do like use a jigsaw die and do a little book and turn it into a couple of pages out of a little book and turn it into like a jigsaw, but I have not got around to doing that as of yet. And then they were too small for the dies, because the dies that I bought, that are the jigsaw ones, that are Hunkydory, so it didn't fit on these, so I've had to buy some A4 sheets which are Hunkydory as well. Most of my stuff that I buy now is Hunkydory, and some of the gems that I buy are from Temu, as well as Hunkydory and as well as Amazon. It depends on if I wanted some gems and I haven't got the colours or whatever, and I wanted them like next day, then I would order them from Amazon. If I didn't need them straight away, I would just look in. I thought, you know, you see some gems and you go, oh, they look nice, get them, they'll come in handy for blah blah blah. Then I order from Temu, because Temu does take a little longer for anything to be delivered, you know. So if you do want them gems pretty quick, then I would suggest getting them from Amazon. But if you're prepared to wait and see, if you're prepared to wait and you don't need them, you know, ASAP, then you could get them from Temu. The thing is, I have two sets of Hunkydory scissors. So I have one that I use to cut card or paper with, and then I have my other set that I use to cut like this, foam pads and that with, because they do get clogged up, they do get sticky, and I do have, now and again I do clean them, which I've got some sticky stuff remover. So I'm just putting some foam pads onto this. So this one is a reel, or roll I should say, and this one was from the works. I mean, it is good having these rolls of foam pads, but because you can get quite a wide coverage with these ones, rather than using loads and loads and loads of little ones like I'm trying to use up at the moment. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to get these ones, you can get whatever ones you like. Any foam pads work, really. It's just down to you, what you prefer. I mean, these are what I already had before I started doing like my videos, when I was doing cards before I started making a video on them. So since I've been making my videos, I've decided that I prefer Hunkydory stuff. So now I tend to get, the majority of my stuff now is either Hunkydory or Temu, or there's a site called Fix It. So I've got some foam pads from there. I have used some of them, but I'm just trying to use up some of these other little scrappy bits that I've got left laying around here, there and everywhere, that I brought before I go on to using the Fix It ones. I do need to order some more of the Fix It ones, because they're not as big. The ones I brought there are the smaller type pads. They're not the wider ones, they're the narrower ones. So I ordered the wrong ones when I was ordering, but they're still usable on any card making. It's just that you use more of the foam pads than what I would normally have to use because they're a bit narrower, a bit more skinnier. I need a bit of width on them, so that I need them this sort of width so I can cut them down. And the ones I've got are, I don't even know if I've got, oh here they are. So these are the ones that I got. So as you can see, they're the smaller type, so I need the bigger type. And if you out there do watch Sybil Jane the same as me, because she's my inspiration really for my videos, and she was the one that really inspired me to do videos, to be truthfully honest. Sorry, just drinking a coffee. Yeah, so she was the one that inspired me really to start up my video channel, because like she said, doesn't seem to be that many, apart from Hunkydory themselves, there doesn't seem to be that many channels out there that focus just on Hunkydory, and most of my channel is focused around Hunkydory crafting. As it is something that I really love doing, and Hunkydory is my favourite, to be fair. I mean, there is other companies out there obviously, like Crafter's Companion, pt2, some of the other ones that Sybil Jane has mentioned before, but I prefer my Hunkydory. I have done pt2, but I'm not, don't get me wrong, she does gorgeous stuff, but it's just not my style. I prefer this. And some of the other ones, I don't know, I can't remember any of the other names. I'm not very good with remembering different companies that do crafting stuff like this, you know, card making, dies. Anyway, let's get on with this. So I've just put all them on there, all my pads and everything, and I'm just coming in with some gems for this one. Put a little one up there, and a little one up there, and then a teeny tiny one on this bit, and then a teeny tiny one on this bit. Okay, so that is card number 1, and then straight on to card number 2, because I've done all the preparations for both. And then this one is going to be a little easel card. So this card is, bear with me a second, this card is a very small card. It's a 5 by 3.5. So this card is 5 that way, 3.5 that way. So then obviously I've cut these down to the 2 notches under each. So you get that, that and that. So you've got 2 notches under 5 by 2 notches under 3.5. And then you have 4 notches under 5 by 4 notches under 3.5. That's the underbelly bit, as you want to call it. And then this will be for the easel part, which I think, I haven't done it yet, but I did do it in my head. So if this is 5, sorry, you need to score at the 2.5 mark, so you get your easel bend, which goes across like so. Let's give it a good burnish down, and then there we have it. And then these bits here would be, so 2 notches under the 2.5, by 2 notches under the 3.5, and then this one would be 4 notches under the 2.5 by 4 notches under the 3.5. Okay, and then this bit here for the topper and that, I've just eyeballed the size that I needed, marked it with a pencil, cut, and then cut the other way so it fits on there nicely. And then I used a Hunkydory, was it Hunkydory one? No, it wasn't. It was this one from Craft Teller, which is the one that cuts out these indent shapes here. Okay, and I got that from Amazon ages ago. Right, so let's go ahead and assemble this. So this cardstock is the one I'm just putting the glue on, is the cardstock that comes with the topper sheets that you get in this kit, and then the blue Adorable Scorable is the add-on that you can get to go with this, because they always pick cardstock, you know, Miri card, the Adorable Scorable card, and the Edge to Edge card. They always pick colours that would work with the kit that they're bringing out. And if you've got loads of Adorable Scorable cardstock, you could use any of that really. You don't necessarily have to buy the add-ons if you've already got, you know, this kind of cardstock sitting around. So I'm just going to place that onto there because that's the bottom part of it. There's the top bit, top layers, here they are. So again, just with my all-purpose glue, like so, and then the tacky in them 4 corners, like so, and then you place that down onto there, like so. And sometimes I find it easier if I pick it up if it's smaller than Len. It's easier to hold it and put it into place than laying it flat on the table or desk and trying to get it flat, or straight I should say. And then the tacky glue in the corners, bring your card in, place that onto there like so, and while that's drying we can concentrate on this beauty. So you can either put him down so he's flat, which means you'd have to use your tape runner and your all-purpose glue, or you can put him onto foam pads and raise him up. But I think for this one I think I'm going to leave the thing flat. So I'm just going to put a bit of this on and then some of this on, just to give him a bit of movability, and hopefully I won't stick him too far out from the places where I need him to be. There we go. And then back in with your foam pads for this one. And obviously you don't want to go too high with this one, because it's going to be sitting on that edge. Just a little bit too long there, so pull that bit off. Stick you on there to give you a bit of support there. Just make sure you're not going to come over the top. It's going to be cool. Peel off your backs. if any of you did watch my craft room video, my update one, you'll see that on there I actually, when I was going around my room, I actually forgot to show you that was what was in my 3 drawers by the side of where I sit. So in my top drawer I have all my other gems, you know, the ones that I've got from Temu. In my middle drawer I have all my Hunkydory foam pads, my they're called tape runner refills, some other foam pads that I've brought from Amazon, and then the ones I've brought from the works, and then in the bottom one is all my finger lift tape, my double-sided normal tape, and what I've been using now is that in there as well. Then one's the rolls, and then I have my thinner tape, and I also have my masking tape in there as well. So this is what we're going to come on with this one. Happy birthday. So it's just a bit that I'd forgotten to show for those of you that watched it. For those of you that haven't watched it, just a little bit of info if you do watch it. Just going to put these 2 onto here. Peel this off. Tacky glue just on there. And then I'm going to figure out where I want this, because I've got, I'm not putting any ribbons on this one. So I could have him so he sits up like so. Just have that there. Let's make sure it's going on straight though. Let's put my card straight on my board. And there we have that one. And then I bring in the gems that I was using. Again, move you out the way. Let's come in with, let me come in with these other bluey ones, because I've not used these ones yet. Let's put one there. One there. Have you moved? Yes, I do think you've moved slightly. That's alright. And I'm going to put one there, one there, and these gems are the ones that they pick out for this kit, and one there, and that is card number 2, done and dusted. So let me just bring in card number 1. So there's card number 1, and then there's card number 2. Okay, so that is them 2 cards done. So that would be part 2, this one. Okay, so when I come back, I think I've only got 2 more topper sheets of this one. I think I've got the green and the yellow. So when I come back, the next video, it'll be either the green topper sheet or it'll be the yellow topper sheet. I've not made up my mind which colour I'm going to come back in with yet, but that is how we're looking at the moment. So that is it for now, guys. So till the next one, once again, thank you for your support. Do really appreciate it. It means the world to me to know that there's people out there that like watching me craft and talking rubbish some of the time. Yeah, I mean, it does mean the world. It does mean a lot to me. It does mean the world, knowing that I've got people out there that's like what I do. So there, until the next time, guys, take care of yourselves and keep on crafting. Bye for now.